Coming up next, a UFC flyweight division matchup. So this young fighter making the walk here tonight, and he's a very entertaining fighter. He's very adept at staying in the pocket while avoiding significant damage coming back. Certainly, he's made a career of frustrating opponents, stays relaxed in there, leans on the defense, and uses that defensive movement to set up his own offense. You'll see him move that head off of the center line, counter beautifully, really more of a counter striker offensively. But his defense will wow you, even when the opposition feels like they have him in range. More often than not, they miss and land less than 25% of their significant strike attempts. Well, if you choose to stand on a napkin in the center of the octagon and stand and trade with this young man, you're playing with fire. Frightening knockout power. Go look at the highlight reel. As good a reel as anybody in the sport. You can be sure he'll be looking to find a home for those heavy hands early and often. You do not want to get in a slugfest with this young contender. I can assure you of that.
This guy has some of the best throws I have ever seen in all my years of commentating. His timing, his delivery, and the power in which he delivers these techniques is beautiful to watch.
Our tail of the tape for this flyweight fight. More than a decade separates these two fighters when it comes to the age, with the same height and some differences in reach. Now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, X-Man. And now, here's his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Lee Summit, Missouri, Tim Elliott. And when the action begins, the referee in charge, Herb Dean.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
Well, no better way to pay homage to the history of pride in the UFC with this single night UFC Grand Prix tournament. Some of the best fighters in the world have come out. Let's see who will be the last fighter standing here tonight.
God, look at that takedown, man. Going after a Peruvian necktie here. End over the back.
And this might just be a matter of time.
He got it. He got it. Nicely done. Great job. Didn't waste any time. Took this fight to the ground and got the early submission.
Yeah, so a quick night at the office for him here tonight. He told us he wanted to be efficient. He didn't want to waste a lot of time. He felt his opponent knew the takedown attempts would be coming, and he got the fight to the ground relatively easily, and his submission skills then took over. Big, big result for him early in round 1 tonight.
And one last time, super tight choke, and he's out. And it's over before he even gets a chance to tap.
So a seminal moment for him here tonight, Joe Rogan, as he gets the win by way of submission. Certainly one of the bigger wins of his career, and as big a statement as he could have made here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is going to stop this contest at 30 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by submission,
Well, at this point, all that is left is the celebration, and it's nice to see this fighter sharing a moment with his coaches and training partners after the big submission win here tonight. He had no shortage of naysayers coming in. A lot of people said he couldn't come in here and submit a foe of this quality. Well, that should mute the masses a little bit. That should set him up for a big fight moving forward. Tonight, though, as I mentioned, all about the celebration, and it is on in the corner. All right, coming up next, it's a UFC flyweight division matchup. All right, here's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Jussier Formiga, training for a long time under Andre Pederneiras at Nova União. Outstanding Jiu-Jitsu game. We've really seen his striking improve, though, in his time on the UFC roster. We'll see how Formiga approaches this challenge tonight, Joe.
This next guy has incredible takedowns. Both timing, speed, and, of course, technique are literally top of the food chain.
So as this confident young fighter makes his walk to the octagon, you can be sure his inner monologue is, how do I get this opponent to the mat? Because once I get him down, I know I can keep him there, potentially for the duration of the round, if not the fight. This guy's top game is scary good, and it's not just about getting you down, it's about using his weight to keep you there. Great hips as well.
This guy has extremely unusual kicking speed. His technique is outstanding, and there is no wind-up to his movement.
And now our tail of the tape for this flyweight tilt. So more than 10 years apart, these two fighters, and they both possess a similar height and reach. And now to get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 22 wins, 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Natal, Brazil, Jussier Formiga. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, Express. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
So Mario Yamasaki, your third man in the octagon here tonight. And we are underway. Oh, and he connects there. Opens with the left hand and lands flush.
He lands a huge elbow to the head. Oh, that's some wrestling right there.
And dizzy as he looks to improve
He's
position
throwing
here.
up a triangle attempt. He's got the leg over the shoulder. Now, he's going to pull down on his shin. Throw that leg down. Push the arm across the face. Pull down on the head.
Brilliant submission defense
This
there.
is intense. Side control. He's established mounted crucifix.
Orthodox for much of the fight. He's going southpaw here, Joe.
Tags him.
Worked hard for that single leg takedown. No good. Another shot. Oh, head kick attempt. Head movement prevents it from landing. Pretty strong leg kick there, Joe, by an ever-improving
Look out for the heel hook here.
Throws his leg over the top of his opponent's leg, securing the leg in position. Get that heel under the crook of his elbow and crank it. Outstanding. Outstanding.
Great job in getting this fight to the ground quickly and getting an early submission.
Yeah, Joe, that was quick, but can't say that we're all that surprised with this result here tonight. He said he didn't want to waste a lot of time. He wanted to be efficient, knew he wanted to get this fight to the ground and let his submission skills take over. Outstanding effort, even better technique here tonight.
Let's see it from another angle. Beautiful technique here on display with this heel hook. And here we see it again. Beautiful submission victory.
So there he is, your winner by submission, and that's exactly how you put the rest of this division on notice. Looks like this guy could be a factor moving forward in this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki's called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 36 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by submission due to a heel hook.
Well, the celebration is on in the corner after the big submission win here tonight. He told us during fight week that he needed to prioritize a finish here. Decisions were not going to be enough to take his career where he wants to take it, and expeditiously. So, gets the submission tonight. Now the celebration is on. There got to be few things in all of pro sports as satisfying than to be able to celebrate a UFC win with your coaches and training partners. And thankfully for this young man, now that is all that is left to do. Coming up next, a UFC flyweight division matchup. All right, Joe, we get another look tonight at the flyweight contender, Ray Borg. This is still a young man, but he's accomplished quite a bit thus far in the UFC, really finding his groove now at 125 pounds since aligning with Brandon Gibson and the folks at Jackson Wink MMA there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Some of the best scrambles in the sport. This man is the master of the transition. And not unlike Jussier Formiga, this guy can take the back with the best of them. Here is Ray Borg making another UFC appearance here tonight.
This guy has excellent footwork. He's very difficult to catch and corner inside the octagon, and he's always in a position where he can strike and then get away from his opponent's counters.
So as this young fighter makes the walk, you got to think he's thinking strategically about how to get this fight to the ground to set up his guard passing abilities. Great technique, plus athlete as well, and really a guy who cuts the guard with the best of them to set up a dominant position on the ground. I think a lot of opponents are sort of freaked out by just how quickly this guy transitions between positions on the ground. No doubt his opponent has prepared. Sometimes you just can't simulate an athlete like this in training.
He's very athletic, has a ton of natural quickness. You can see it in the way he moves around the octagon. He's got fast feet and a lightning quick jab. He's a very difficult guy to counterfight. As soon as you see the shot coming, he's tagged you.
Our tail of the tape for this flyweight fight. So a more than 5-year gap between these two fighters when it comes to the age. Some differences in height and reach as well. To get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 11 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Ray, the Mexican Devil, Borg! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, Express, And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
So Mario Yamasaki, the veteran, draws the opening assignment here. We are underway. Now he goes for the single leg.
Beautiful takedown. Inside control here. He's looking for the Kimura, trying to lock it up. He's transitioning from the Kimura to the armbar. Break the grip. And he gets out of it. Deep armbar. Beautiful escape. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground.
Working on another submission attempt here.
He wants to move his opponent's left arm out of the way. That's the arm that's defending. Once he gets that out of the way, then he can work the choke.
And there it is!
Great job in establishing that submission.
Well, yeah, Joe, that was fun while it lasted. He told us he wanted to be at his most efficient here tonight. He certainly didn't waste a lot of time. He knew he wanted to get the fight to the ground. He gets the early takedown, and the submission follows shortly thereafter.
And here we can see it again. That's a real tight choke here. And let's watch it here one more time. Deep submission and the tap.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and it'll be very interesting to see how they matchmake him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 44 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by tap out.
So there he is, your winner by way of submission, and how good was that? I mean, you talk about maximizing a UFC showcase, and that's a great example of doing just that. You see him sharing a moment here with his coaches, his training partners, and you can be sure that with the hard work done and the hay in the barn, that these guys are going to be celebrating deep into the night after a submission win like this. All right, coming up next, a matchup for the UFC flyweight division title. All right, so here he is, the #1 flyweight contender, making the walk and looking to walk out as the new UFC flyweight champion of the world. In terms of skills, there's no denying he deserves to be there. A lot of people think we could be looking at a new champion here tonight, but now he's got to come forth with the performance and prove, without a doubt, that he is the man, he deserves the belt. 25 minutes away from becoming the UFC flyweight champion of the world.
As he steps towards this cage, he understands this is one of the biggest moments in his life, the biggest moment in his career. He is looking to take this title, and he believes his time is now. His preparation has gone perfectly. He is in outstanding shape. He has a great game plan and a great camp, and he believes that he will emerge the new champion of the world tonight after this fight.
Well, this man remains the hunted at 125 pounds, one of the most dominant flyweights in UFC history, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion, making another title defense tonight. And candidly, Joe, he's made it look easy at times on this title run. Tonight, though, most people believe he is staring at his toughest championship defense to date. We'll see if we get and still or and new after this flyweight championship tonight.
The champion is in focus right now. He's making his way towards the cage. His training for this bout has been perfect. Everything ran according to plan. He believes he has a solid game plan, and he's ready to step in here and retain his title.
Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. More than a decade separates these two fighters when it comes to the age. Some differences in height and reach. We send it inside the octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Mario Yamasaki. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, introducing the Challenger Express. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 27 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Parkland, Washington, USA, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the World, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson!
This is for the championship bout. I want you guys to do a clean fight. Follow my orders at all times. Defend yourself at all times. Good luck tonight. Touch gloves.
This has been one of the most highly anticipated matchups for a long time. And ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in because it's about to go down right now.
All right, we are underway here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
And he doesn't get it. Mighty Mouse Johnson with a vicious leg kick.
Solid leg kicks landed there by Johnson. Going to the body there with the right kick. Johnson gets caught by that straight punch. His defense has abandoned him tonight. Body kick here, and again he lands it, Joe.
Good shots by the champion. God, look at that takedown, man. It appears he's setting up the Darce. He's got that Darce choke locked up.
He might get a finish here.
Secures his body. Stunning. Stunning.
Do it.
And he really made it look easy. Great job. Didn't waste any time. Took this fight to the ground and got the early submission.
Yeah, so how about that, Joe? We can barely tell people what color the trunks are on these fighters, and we get the submission win. So not a lot of wasted time. He got the takedown early, and the submission came soon thereafter. Great effort, great technique here tonight.
And here we see a beautiful example of the Darce choke for the win. And finally, one more time, no choice but to tap.
Well, this is a night this fighter won't soon forget. There he is, the UFC Flyweight Champion of the World. And how about the way he got it done? A beautiful submission to close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 43 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a Darce choke and
Well, you talk about coming in and seizing the hardware. How about it for the new UFC Flyweight Champion of the World? He comes in and takes out the reigning king by submission. Incredible result here in the octagon here tonight. And as you can see, the celebration is on for the new undisputed King of the Flies.